Let's bring our next warrior to the cage. Please welcome Jeremy Pacatiw.
And now we welcome Jeremy Pacatiw, making his way down the ramp, and we want to welcome, stepping in on commentary, a man that is very well known here in India, especially in the MMA game, Parvin Dabaz. Very nice to meet you, my friend, and welcome to Brave Combat Federation.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to be here, live at the event. Brave, I think the fight card's going great, and there's a lot of excited people in Mumbai waiting to watch.
Oh, absolutely. We're getting a lot of finishes, too. These fights are not going to decision. We are seeing these guys knock each other out, finish them, and I think that's what all fans want to see.
Now, something a little about the fight. Jeremy, of course, is a last-minute replacement against Chaitanya.
Exactly, a different opponent. Pacatiw was actually on the card already, but you're right, they changed the fight up just about a week ago. Pacatiw is a very, very tough fighter out of the Philippines. He fights out of Team Lackay. Very, very gritty fighters. They like to stand and bang, and they're very, very durable. He is coming off of a loss at his last appearance, but I'll be interested to see if he can bounce back. As Big Sean says.
And please welcome his opponent to the cage, Chaitanya Dangerous Gavali.
Now, Chaitanya is one of the veterans of Indian MMA. He's one of the veterans of Indian MMA. He's been on the scene for a long time. Now, a little bit of trivia, how he actually got into MMA. He was 90 kgs. And he came to a gym. He met Jitendra Khare, his coach, because he wanted to lose weight. And his coach then got him into MMA, and now, of course, he's 60, 65 kgs. His parents, they run a shoe store, and they weren't very keen on allowing him to join MMA. But they said, we'll give you a year. And they gave him a year, and here he is at Brave 5 now.
Oh, no. Yeah, what a great accomplishment. You're absolutely right. And it's such a nice resource to have you here, because I know you know these Indian fighters inside and out. You've seen them come up to other organizations. And a guy like Gavali, this is one of the biggest opportunities of his life here. Brave Combat Federation in front of Sheikh Khalid and all the great people here, Muhammad Shahid. He can really make an impression in this fight.
It's a great opportunity for him. He has been fighting a lot abroad. He's one of the few Indian fighters who started fighting abroad in a long time.
We'll take a look at our tail of the tape here. As you can see, the experience clearly going to Gavali. 4 years age difference here. Not much of a difference in height. We shouldn't see too much of a reach advantage. But Gavali, Pacatiw, both men looking to get a big win here at Brave Combat Federation. As we wait for the arrival, he's still getting worked on here by our commission. But you can already tell by the size, the build of Gavali, that the strength factor should go to the Indian fighter here.
These guys are very strong, and he belongs to one of the best gyms, MMA gyms in the country, Team Evolution. They train very hard. Fortunately, they train pretty close to our office and house, so I get to go and see them train once in a while. And
100%. He's ready to rock. And I hate to cut you off, but let's go up to Carlos Kramer, official introductions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the Bantamweight division. Let's introduce your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 5 wins and only 1 loss. He stands 170 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.2 kilograms. Representing Team Lackay and fighting out of the Philippines, give it up for Jeremy Pacatiw. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 3 losses. He stands 165.1 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.6 kilograms. Representing Team Relentless and fighting out of Mumbai, India, give it up for Chaitanya Dangerous Gavali. Manhart.
And here he is, Scott Manhart will be your referee for this one. Pacatiw and Gavali. This is going to be a battle, and you better believe the crowd is going to be firmly behind Chaitanya. Round one is underway. Cyrus Feast alongside Parvin Davas.
So this is the second time he's fighting in front of his home crowd, Mumbai.
Definitely adds a little bit of pressure, but kind of gives you that support as well. Kind of a good and a bad to it. Oh, and he quickly swarmed Pacatiw.
Chaitanya has a very good ground game as well. Usually we see Indian fighters, their ground game is not so strong, but Chaitanya's is very strong. I think he's a purple belt in Jiu-Jitsu, correct me, I mean, as far as I know.
Yeah. Well, he's instantly going after the ground game, brings Pacatiw to the ground, much to the delight of the crowd here at the Dome. And he is now in half guard, and we'll see where he goes from here, if he's going to look to move into a submission or to get a little ground and pound. Tough Indian fighter, Chaitanya. And this would only add to his accolades, getting a win here at Brave Combat Federation. Still very young in his career as well, really just hitting his fighting prime.
Yeah, he's been fighting 6 years now, I think.
Well, he looks like a veteran as he swarmed and he closed distance very, very quickly. You talked about coming out of that gym, Evolution, and there's a lot of great fighters coming out of that gym. Seems to be kind of a hotbed here in India.
Yeah, so we have, apart from Chaitanya, we have Mohammed Farad and Abdul Munir also.
Well, yeah, we obviously saw what Farhad did, and then Munir, talk about that fight, man. You talk about some electricity, some hype. Mangat Munir is going to be a crazy fight.
It is, and I think everyone is, amongst all these fights, waiting for that. It's the first time there's been a very strong rivalry in Indian MMA, and he's able to take him down again.
The strength, it's the strength, the positioning, and the technique of Gavali as he brings him down to the ground. Now he's going to throw a few ground and pound left hands on Pacatiw. Jeremy Pacatiw, he got all the way back up to his feet, but was quickly brought back down to the ground. Great determination. Oh, he might have it locked in. Scott Manhart's watching very closely. He's got that Darce choke in. Can he finish it?
Doesn't look like he's going to get out of that one. Let's see.
Oh, that looks real tight, Parvin. And wow, he survives it. Incredible will and determination by Jeremy Pacatiw to get out of that very dangerous situation.
If I can just add a little local flavor, in Hindi would say, उसने उसको गिरा के उसका गला पकड़ा, लेकिन वो छूट गया उसमें से. So for all of those following in Hindi who want a little Hindi, so that was a little local flavor for them.
All right, okay, yeah. All right. You can see just continuing to work on that neck and just smothering Chaitanya Gavali. But give it up for Pacatiw, man.
He
back to
manages
his
to get
feet.
up.
Oh, the big left hand. And he may have dropped Gavali. But Gavali quickly recovers. That is one thing about Pacatiw, is he does not go away. A gritty fighter that will not throw in the towel.
Audience getting firmly behind Chaitanya.
They are chanting his name inside the dome. See Chaitanya now inside the guard. Jeremy Pacatiw really showing some signs of life just when you think he may have been out of it. He almost had to give in to the darts, but he survived. Now almost looked for an arm bar, but Pacatiw's back to his feet, and he wants to get a takedown of his own. I'm impressed here by the drive of Pacatiw.
Yep. So he might be better off keeping it standing.
Yeah, he definitely given up a bit of strength. Chaitanya, but at the same time, they're going to reward him with a takedown there, 100%. But he's going to go right into a leg lock. Gonna be tough to get for Gavali. What a battle between these two. Philippines and India leaving it all on the mats.
And that's where it's going to end.
Entertaining round,
Yep.
huh? Very impressive work from both men. They had some highlights, and Gavali, it seemed like he was in the driver's seat, like he was going to close it out. He was going to get the finish, but Pacatiw wouldn't go away. Showed us a little bit of that striking, and he almost finished the fight himself.
Yeah, he did. We really bounced back from that.
Well, that's the point I was trying to get. We heard it before. Big Sean last night took an L, but tonight I bounced back. Very, very popular song. I'm sure it's popular here too in India,
It is.
right?
Yeah, a lot of popular songs.
Let's take a look at the replay. And Gavali was dominant. You saw the strength. You saw the wrestling. And a beautiful throw, beautiful technique for Chaitanya.
So Cyrus, have you managed to travel around in Mumbai a bit?
I wish. I absolutely wish I could have. I got here the night before the weigh-ins, and I leave tonight directly after the fight to go back to the States. I'm very disappointed that I didn't get more time in Mumbai. I really wanted to see some things and just didn't have the time. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be back very, very soon. What's been your impression of Brave Combat Federation, their whole operation, and how they're running things?
I think it's a global organization, a very, very high-class event, one of the best events that Mumbai and even India has seen so far. Premier organization, and I think this, if you see the crowd, it's been a big, big success, and Mumbai and India is certainly going to want more from Brave.
Oh, I think so too, and I think we could definitely give it to them. Round number 2 is underway. Pacatiw in the red, Chaitanya Gavali in the black. We'll see if he goes right back to the well and tries to take him down. Pacatiw kind of got a little momentum at the end of round number 1, executing his own takedown. Both men taking their time, both very, very, have a ton of energy, a ton of gas in the tank for both of them.
I did manage to speak to Chaitanya before the fight, just as his opponent changed, and he wasn't too perturbed by his opponent changing, which is, of course, always a good thing. He said he was going to stick to his game plan, and he hadn't worked too much on a strategy around his opponent.
Sure. Gavali is stalking, and he went for a big flying knee, and he is to the mat. Gavali's going to make it pay.
Seemed to guess that and time it pretty well.
Very, very well executed the defense by Chaitanya, and now he is in half guard. It's a very, very tough place to be, but as you can see, he keeps the legs moving, stays very busy on the ground, does Pacatiw, and he's going to look to scramble and get back to his feet. But he's up against the cage. Locking up that leg. Could do a little bit better job of locking up that leg, trying to isolate the arm as Chaitanya. It's a good spot for an elbow if Gavali can raise it up there and rain it down.
He's going to try and rain some ground and pound down on Pacatiw.
Pacatiw, if he can get up there, he could possibly wall walk and get back to his feet. He's been very, very good. The scramble, but I'll tell you, those ground and pound shots are not going to feel good. Some nice right hands from Chaitanya. Here comes Pacatiw. Wow, just like that.
Great reversal.
These men are going for fight of the night, as you can see, leaving it all inside the cage, Pacatiw and Gavali. Great determination, great drive by Jeremy Pacatiw, and he's going to
take his back. Oh, no, just narrowly.
Gavali almost baiting him in, and now back in a dominant position is the Indian fighter. So obviously, now that we've seen Farhad, now we're seeing Gavali. You got to be excited about seeing Abdul Munir. He's very, very psyched to be in this position and to get this big opportunity with Brave.
Well, that is a fight I'm definitely waiting to see, and they asked me to comment 2 fights, and I said apart from this one, that is the one
I had a feeling you were going to be back for that one.
Well,
I don't blame you a bit.
We had them on our, we run a show called the MMA India Show, and we had them for the first time face off on that. It wasn't pleasant, and it seems like Jeremy is gonna, is he gonna manage to finish it off?
Wow, Gavali is in a bad spot. He's gonna have to stay busy. He's just covering up. Can Jeremy Pacatiw get a win here?
There's still a lot of time left on the clock.
Wow, Pacatiw is putting him in a bad predicament. Wow. Eating some serious punches.
But he's
is Gavali, but now he's going to try to isolate that arm.
He's collecting himself.
Scott Manhart was getting very, very close to stepping in on the fight. Great awareness by Pacatiw. Now he has the back, and he has both hooks in.
Is he going to finish it?
Out? Tough to see from this vantage point where he is with the choke. He's going to try to get under that chin, going to try to knife his way in.
Still not under. It's still on the face. Not under the chin yet.
Oh, and he is getting under that chin. Pacatiw with both hooks in. He's got his ankles crossed, though. That is not a good place to be. One after another from Pacatiw. He's not only going for the choke, he is throwing some great punches. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to put him away.
No, he's not. He's not. Not enough time left on the clock, and that's the end of the round.
That's a big round for Jeremy Pacatiw, and I think that flurry, the way he finished up, that may have given him that round in the eyes of the judges.
Definitely, he's going to come into the third round with a lot of confidence because of the end.
100%. Talk to us a little bit about MMA India. You know, I saw that we're friends on the social media. We're following each other now. Talk about kind of how that's changed the game and how you guys are covering the sport.
We are one of India's first talk shows, and we really took off. We didn't know the extent of the following Indian MMA has, but it has a huge following. UFC, of course, comes live here, and we are very lucky to have Brave as an actual live event here. We have another promotion which has a good following, but Brave is the first really global promotion to make its way to India. We have a lot of local promotions. There is a lot of interest in MMA now. One of the biggest films in India called Sultan with the superstar Salman Khan.
Okay.
Featured MMA. One of the problems, I wouldn't say problems, but one of the ways of spreading it, I think, would be to give MMA an Indian name as well.
Yeah. You see the replay right there. Jeremy Pacatiw nearly put Gavali away. And we are going to go right back to the fight. It's the third and final round between these two, the show of respect. Gavali and Pacatiw. Pacatiw, you're right. That newfound confidence, he seems to have the momentum in this one.
But Gavali seems to have recovered.
Look at the build on Gavali, man. You take a look at the difference between the two, and Gavali almost looks like a toy, like an action figure with that build. Got a ton of power.
Much, much bigger than Jeremy.
But he has to put it to good use. He can't have all those muscles if he can't use them. He can't throw those big shots. And we want to see Gavali, if he could throw some heavy leather at Jeremy Pacatiw. Oh. Nice combination. Pacatiw dialed in.
That hit him flush.
Are you sure it's not Pacquiao, or is it Pacatiw? Could be Pacquiao.
Pacquiao?
Could be a descendant.
So. I don't think so.
Maybe channeling a little Pac-Man there. An inside leg kick for Pacatiw. Gavali taking his time here. You better believe he's going to want to try to bring this thing back down to the ground where he can grind. And he teases the takedown, but Pacatiw gets out of there with the quickness. And he is on his bicycle here.
Jeremy seems to have a lot of gas in the tank for the last round.
He is going to circle. He is trying to frustrate Chaitanya. Very, very light on his feet here is Jeremy Pacatiw. If he steps in with that combination, could be trouble for Chaitanya. He hasn't had much of a response for those combos.
He doesn't. Chaitanya is very strong on the ground. He's been working on his stand-up game.
It's certainly an evolution. Stepping forward here, Chaitanya just kind of unwilling to really pull the trigger and go after it right now. He's waiting on Pacatiw, and I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Pacatiw kind of maintaining control of the cage.
If I can translate a bit what Chaitanya's corner is telling him, because they're speaking in Hindi.
Yes, please do.
They were telling him to keep the distance now and then when Jeremy was circling in.
It's going to be very important, though, for Gavali to implement some offense of his own. He can't stay on the defense. Pacatiw is just racking up his score here. Inside leg kicks, putting together strikes. 2 minutes left here in our third and final round. Nice little battle between Philippines and India. Of course, I know Team Evolution would love to have a clean sweep here tonight. They already have Farhad on the board. Can they pick up another victory? Gavali needs to get busy.
If this goes to the judges, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it could be very, very close. Looking for a big combination. Nice takedown defense, and he's going to chase him down. And Pacatiw gets out of there. Good strategy for Pacatiw, not staying there too long.
It's working for him.
Chaitanya needs to set up that takedown with a few strikes. Not quite telegraph it, as he did right there, and Pacatiw gets out of the way. But Pacatiw, he doesn't want to be backing up the entire fight, though.
And I don't think he will.
Outside leg kick. Having a hard time tracking the very busy Jeremy Pacatiw.
I think at this point, Chaitanya realizes he's got to get some more points on the board in the second round with Jeremy's.
Closes the distance. Can he execute the takedown? And he does.
Let's see, there's about 30 seconds on the clock. Let's see what he can do with them.
That's a great move, great strategy for Chaitanya. Can he do enough in the eyes of the judges? We got 10 seconds left in this one, and Chaitanya is going to end up on top.
He got some very strong elbows in.
And there it is, your third and final round is over. That means we're going to leave it in the hands of the judges. We'll be back with our official decision here in Mumbai. And welcome back to Mumbai Brave 5. And let's take a look at the replay from this battle. We saw the striking of Jeremy Pacatiw, and he looked very good when it came to the stand-up fighting.
He did, and he tried very hard not to let Chaitanya take him down, and a lot of times, especially in the third round, we saw he succeeded in that.
Yeah, he did a great job of getting out of there, but I think round number 2 is really where the tide turned, and he nearly finished the fight, and it just seemed like he carried that momentum through the rest of the fight.
In the end, Chaitanya was able to take him down, but a little...
And we go to the judges' scorecard. The first judge scores about 29-28 Pacatiw. Judge number 2 scores about 30-29 Gavali. And your third judge scores about 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Jeremy Pacatiw.
And there it is, a big win for Jeremy Pacatiw, picking up his first W under the Brave banner, and it was quite impressive. A tough, tough young man. and I can't wait to see what we got next for him. He's very early in his career, but that was a great win over Chaitanya Gavali, an international competitor.